Look at this plant body. I have labeled two types of parts here. One is reproductive part and another one is vegetative parts. Flower is the reproductive part. Except flower, other all the parts are vegetative part of a plant body. Today we are going to discuss about what is vegetative propagation. Vegetative propagation means it is a method of asexual reproduction where new organism or new plants or new offsprings are produced from vegetative parts of a plant body. There are two types of reproduction in plants. One is asexual reproduction and another one is sexual mode of reproduction. Vegetative propagation is a asexual reproduction method. So here new plant arise from vegetative parts of a plant body. Which are the vegetative parts of a plant body? Leaf, stem and root. So here no spore or seed formation will happen. And the second type is sexual mode of reproduction. Here new plant arise from the reproductive part of a plant body. That means flower is the reproductive part. And from flower fruit will form and fruit will contain the seed, and through seeds the new plant arise means that is the sexual mode of reproduction. So about sexual mode of reproduction we can study in the next class. We know that plants reproduce through seeds. But are only seeds responsible to produce new plants? What will be your answer be? Yes or no? Can you locate the eyes of the potato? Potato do have eyes, but not like you and me. The eyes are actually the green bud-like structures which grow into new plants. Potato is actually an underground stem portion. Plants like ginger, rose and sugarcane also reproduce through stem. When we plant stem of rose, it will grow into a new plant. Not only stem but also root give rise to new plant. Carrot, turnip are grow from the root. If we plant the top of the carrot, new plant will grow from it. There are some plants which reproduce through their leaves. These bryophyllum plants produce tiny plantlets from the margin of their leaves. These plantlets grow into new plants. Bryophyllum and begonia reproduce vegetatively by leaves. There are two types of vegetative propagation. The first one is natural vegetative propagation and the second one is artificial method of vegetative propagation. In natural vegetative propagation, plant will perform the reproduction method naturally. But in the second type, artificial method of reproduction, plant is unable to do naturally. So another organism is helping for the method. For example, cutting the stem. Now can we discuss about the advantages and disadvantages of vegetative propagation? Let's first discuss about advantages of vegetative propagation. So children, please take a notebook and a pen and note down all the points. The first point for advantages of vegetative propagation is it takes less time to grow and bear flowers and fruits earlier than those produced from seeds. The growth will be faster here comparatively the growth from the seed. So I hope you understood the first point. And the second point is no need of external agencies. You have learned that attractive flowers are attracting the insects for pollination. So here the new plant is not produced from the flowers. So flower no need to be attractive. So it can no need to attract the external agencies for pollination. So second point is no need external agencies for pollination like insects, wind, etc. Now the third point. New plants resemble parent plant in every way. We can preserve the healthy character of the parent plant. So here new plants which are produced from the parent plant will be resemble the parent plant. Like this we can preserve the healthy character of the parent. So if the parent is healthy and all the offsprings will be healthy. So healthy parent plant will produce healthy offsprings. So we can preserve that healthy character. Now the fourth point is it involves only one parent. From one parent we will get so many offsprings. So that is one of the advantage. Next point is it is the only method for the plants which lose the capacity to produce seeds. Some plants are there without seeds, seedless plants. So in that type of plants, this vegetative propagation is the only method of reproduction. For example, rose, jasmine, banana, etc. Next point, it is a rapid, cheap and easier method of reproduction. A cheap method, rapid method, fast and easier method of reproduction. So we have discussed some points of advantages here. So children, you should find some other points. Now we can discuss about disadvantages of vegetative propagation. In advantage, we have discussed that healthy parent plant will produce healthy offspring. Here, in disadvantages, we can tell that unhealthy parent will produce unhealthy offspring. For example, if a rose plant is not producing a healthy flower, then all the offspring from that plant will be producing unhealthy flowers. If any other plant is having diseases, so the disease will be transferred to all the daughter plants. So our first point here in disadvantage is unhealthy parent will produce unhealthy offspring. And the second point is vegetative propagules or vegetative parts cannot be stored like seeds. Seeds and all we can store for so many years, but the vegetative parts we cannot store. So that is another disadvantage. And the next point is the new characters cannot be introduced. You know that here all the offsprings will be resemble the parent plant. So variations are very less. There will not be much variation. So new characters will not be introduced. So we can tell there is no much variation. So that is the third point. The next point we can tell it leads to overcrowding around the parent plant. So through the vegetative parts only the new plants are producing. So if it is a natural method, around the parent plant there will be new offsprings. So it will lead to overcrowding. So the last point here is leads to overcrowding around the parent plant. So these are the disadvantages which I have noted here. The any other disadvantages if it is coming in your mind means please write it in your notebook. Now we can discuss about tissue culture. Tissue culture is the artificial vegetative propagation. Here, many plants can be grown from one parent plant in disease-free condition. There are many steps in tissue culture. So we can study the technique of tissue culture. The first step of tissue culture is excising or cutting a small part of a plant tissue from leaf, root or shoot part. And this cut of plant is called explant. This explant is placed in suitable artificial nutrient medium containing sucrose, inorganic salt, vitamins, amino acid and growth related hormones. Explant will multiply here to form a small group of cells called callus. The callus is transferred to another medium containing hormones for growth and differentiation. And the plantlets formed from the callus are then placed in the soil for the normal growth. Tissue culture method will produce many plants from one parent plant in disease-free condition. This technique is commonly used for ornamental plants.